I ran my campaign, as you probably saw, on three main issues.
But it was one issue in particular, a so-called Alberta Sovereignty Act, that propelled Danielle Smith, the former opposition leader and media personality, into the forefront of the United Conservative Party's leadership race.
What it will essentially endeavor to do will be to allow Alberta to opt out of certain federal laws and regulations that the legislation and the governing caucus ultimately decides is not in the best interest of Albertans.
The idea has been controversial and polarizing, but it resonated with the UCP's base. Few insiders doubt Smith will have any trouble emerging victorious Thursday from a pool of candidates that include several former members of Jason Kenney's cabinet.
The voter base is, I think, 124,000. And we've already seen 90,000 ballots cast. So I think the voter turnout is really high, and that speaks to a change vote.
But appealing to the party membership is very different than appealing to Alberta's entire voting public. And recent polls have suggested that a UCP leadership race focused on sovereignty and COVID restrictions may have alienated the majority of voters who are more concerned about things like affordability and health care. It's why, during a virtual press conference on Monday, Smith appeared to be shifting her message, vowing to focus first on federal carbon tax hikes and children's mental health.
Making sure that we address those issues is going to be the number one priority.
It's not surprising that Danielle Smith is going to try to perform this pivot. I think she might be underestimating the challenge that's involved in the pivot.
It's a dance that proved to be too tricky for Jason Kenney, who will step down this week, several months shy of a single full term. The question now is whether his successor can help the UCP hang on to power for another one. Heather Yourex-West, Global News, Calgary.